wrote these words. He understood. A man who is accustomed to command must not give up his authority easily, even to those he trusts most. Niccolò Machiavelli. Chapter 1. The Soft Target. Inner circle, a gilded cage. Your closest allies are your gravest danger, for they know where to strike. You bleed power, and they sharpen their blades. They tell you to trust your inner circle, to lean on your closest friends. They preach about loyalty and the unbreakable bonds of kinship. This is a lie, a comfortable delusion that leaves you exposed, a soft target for the silent assassin. Understood what Machiavelli understood, what most still refuse to see. Your greatest threats do not come from the outsiders, the obvious enemies, but from the very people you allow closest to your guard. Right now, you are leaking power, leaking secrets, bleeding strategic advantage to those who know your pulse. Imagine a fortress built to withstand any siege from without. Its walls are thick, its gates unyielding, its defenses formidable. But inside, a small, unguarded door stands open, a passage known only to those permitted entry, to those who share your meals and your confidence. This is where the true danger lies. This is where the true danger lies. This is where the knife comes from. The intimacy you cultivate, the vulnerabilities you reveal, the moments of weakness you share, these are not foundations of strength. They are blueprints for your destruction, handed freely to those who stand shoulder to shoulder with you, day in and day out. They know your fears, your ambitions, your desperate needs. They know where to push. Think about the last time a personal secret became public knowledge, a private thought twisted into a public weapon. It was rarely the stranger on the street who betrayed you. It was someone you let into your sanctuary, someone you believed shared your silence. They listened, they watched, they waited for the right moment to use what you offered them. Loyalty is a shifting tide, dictated by self-interest and opportunity, not by shared history. The moment their gain outweighs your bond, your friendship becomes a liability, a piece of information to be sold, a position to be undermined. This is why the wise keep their counsel tight, their true intentions hidden, even from their supposed allies. Understood is that a man's nature is fickle. He will be loyal only as long as it benefits him, and then he will turn. Announce your grand plans to your friends, and they will applaud you, then envy you, then secretly plot your downfall, or at least whisper doubts to anyone who will listen. But quietly build your empire, brick by agonizing brick, and there's nothing for them to undermine until it's too late. The emotional connection you feel with your closest friends blinds you to their potential as adversaries. You lower your guard, expecting empathy where only human nature exists. They see your weaknesses not as burdens to share, but as points of entry. They see your struggles not as challenges to overcome together, but as opportunities to rise above you. Even Julius Caesar, a man of unparalleled strategic genius, fell victim to this precise trap. He trusted Brutus, a man he considered a son, a confidant. He believed in their shared history, their bond. What Caesar failed to account for, what he understood only in his dying breath, was that even the deepest personal connection can be severed by ambition, by ideology, or by the subtle machinations of those who whisper in an impressionable ear. He let Brutus close, and Brutus delivered the final blow. This isn't paranoia. This is psychological warfare, played out in the quiet spaces of your everyday life. The betrayal doesn't always come with a shout. It comes with a quiet word, a subtle sabotage, a piece of information leaked at the perfect moment. It comes from within your own camp. Your greatest blind spot is your expectation of unwavering loyalty from those you feed, those you confide in. They possess the intimate knowledge to wound you precisely where you are most vulnerable, to strike at the foundations of your confidence, your reputation, your future. The price of this naive trust is often everything you have built. Your closest allies often become your most effective enemies. They know your moves before you make them. They can anticipate your reactions. They can speak against you with the authority of someone who claims to know your true character. The illusion of safety among friends is a dangerous delusion, a psychological comfort that leaves you strategically exposed. The truly powerful operate with a cold awareness of this truth. They keep their own counsel. They offer only what is necessary, reveal only what serves their purpose. They understand that every shared secret is a weapon handed over. Every vulnerability exposed is a soft spot for a coming attack. You are responsible for your own defense, always. But there's another leak, another subtle drain on your power and your potential, one that operates not through direct betrayal, but through the insidious pull of their unconscious desires. What is it? Chapter 2, Proximity's Peril. Proximity's peril, a silent killer of your future. Those closest, knowing your history, resent your true potential. They siphon your ambition. The real drain isn't always overt sabotage. It is the insidious pull of their unconscious desires, the subtle, constant siphoning of your ambition by those closest to you. They know your history, your insecurities, your true potential, and often, unconsciously, they resent it. This is proximity's peril, a silent killer of your future. Intimacy grants unparalleled access to your weaknesses, your secrets, your emotional triggers. A friend who has seen you at your lowest, who knows every misstep you have ever made, carries a mental ledger of your failures. When you announce a new venture, a bold ambition, they do not see the new you. They see the ghost of your past self, the one they are comfortable with, the one that does not challenge their own stagnation. This is why your closest circles often become the greatest impediment to your evolution. They project their own limitations onto your aspirations, their own fears onto your courage. They do not actively seek to betray you, but their energy, their subtle doubt, their realistic assessments slowly chip away at your resolve, eroding your confidence before you even begin. It is an invisible weight, a constant drag. Watch what happens when you share your audacious dreams with someone who has known you since you were both powerless. They will not celebrate your ambition. They will often subtly remind you of your past failures, or of the impossible odds, or of the comfortable mediocrity you both once shared. Their questions are not genuine curiosity. They are subtle tests designed to expose your doubt, to pull you back into the familiar. Here's how you neutralize this silent poison. You operate in silence. You share nothing beyond what is absolutely necessary for immediate collaboration. Your true plans, your deep ambitions, your grand strategies remain shielded behind an impenetrable veil. You become opaque to those around you, especially the ones who claim to be your most fervent support system. If you announce every step, every intention, you invite criticism, you invite envy, and you invite the slow bleed of others' negativity. Their doubts become your burden, their fears become your constraints. This emotional drain is more destructive than any direct attack because it corrodes your will from within, making you question your own vision. But if you quietly build, if you move with deliberate purpose and reveal only results, they have nothing to attach their parasitic doubts to. They cannot critique what they do not see. They cannot undermine what they do not know. Your silence becomes your shield, and your progress becomes the unassailable proof of your method. Cesare Borgia, a man who understood power and its ruthless acquisition, famously understood that it is much safer to be feared than loved. He knew that emotional bonds, while appearing to be strengths, are often vulnerabilities, providing others with the very tools to manipulate or diminish you. His actions were rarely broadcast. They were executed and then observed. Think about the energy you waste in justifying your choices, in seeking validation from those who have no stake in your success. Every explanation is a surrender of power. Every defense is an admission of weakness. They wait for you to flinch, for you to show the crack in your resolve so they can say, "I told you so." Your most powerful moves must be made in the dark, away from the prying eyes and the undermining whispers of those who wish, consciously or not, to keep you small. This is not paranoia. It is strategic self-preservation. It is understanding that not everyone in your inner circle is truly on your side, or even understands what your side truly means. Sun Tzu, the ancient master of strategy, taught that if you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. What he understood is that knowing yourself also means knowing the vulnerabilities created by your own open nature, and that the enemy can often wear the mask of a friend. You must manage what they know about you, just as you manage your forces. You cannot afford to be an open book to everyone, especially to those who have the longest history with you. They hold the blueprint of your past, and they will use it, however unconsciously, to predict and thus limit your future. Your past self must become a phantom, a memory that you alone control. The true friend, the rare ally, is the one who inspires you to grow, who celebrates your triumphs without reservation, and who offers constructive counsel without judgment. But such individuals are rare, and their authenticity is proven not by their words, but by their consistent actions and the energy they impart. Guard your ambition as you would guard your lifeblood. Your energy is finite, and your focus is a weapon. Do not allow it to be siphoned by the subtle envy or limiting beliefs of others. Sever the energetic cords that bind you to their expectations and their static view of who you are. But even silence and distance are not enough if you cannot identify the other subtle betrayals you commit against yourself. There is another trap woven into the fabric of your daily interactions that guarantees your failure before you even begin. What is it? Chapter 3: Loyalty's Facade. Unconditional loyalty, a fool's dream. Learn how this myth blinds you to betrayal, leaving you vulnerable. We expose its true cost. The greatest illusion you will ever face is the myth of unconditional loyalty. They teach you about bonds forged in fire, about unwavering support and trust beyond measure. This is a lie designed to keep you weak, dependent, and utterly blind to the knives that wait in the dark. Every single alliance, every friendship, every partnership operates on a silent ledger of give and take. When the giving outweighs the taking for too long, or when a better offer appears, that loyalty evaporates faster than morning dew. This facade destroys you because you drop your guard. You believe the soft words, the shared history, the comfortable presence. You reveal your vulnerabilities, your plans, your hidden fears. You invest your time and energy into people who, in their heart of hearts, are simply calculating their own advantage. Your loyalty to them becomes a weapon they can turn against you, because you expect them to operate by a different code than the one they actually follow. Watch what happens when your fortunes shift, when you are no longer useful, when you become a liability, or when your success threatens their own fragile ego. The mask slips. The loyal friend who always had your back suddenly finds reasons to be absent, to question your decisions, or even to subtly undermine your progress. They do not betray you out of malice, but out of self-interest. They always have. You simply refuse to see it. Here's how you dismantle this dangerous illusion. Understand that true loyalty is rare, and even then, it is always earned and re-earned, never given freely forever. Test your circle. Do not seek to break them, but observe their behavior when your resources dwindle, when a rival appears, or when your success eclipses theirs. Notice who celebrates genuinely and who offers only faint praise, their eyes calculating the cost. This is why you must maintain your independence. Never place yourself in a position where your survival or your future depends entirely on the goodwill of another. Build your own power, cultivate your own resources, and always have an exit strategy. The naive announce their complete trust, thereby inviting betrayal. But if you quietly build your own strength, there's nothing for them to exploit, and their transactional nature becomes a tool you can observe and manage. Think about the court of Louis XIV. The Sun King understood that everyone served him, and only through him could they gain status and power. He centralized power so thoroughly that no single noble could gain enough influence to truly challenge him, always aware of plots and shifting allegiances. What he understood is that loyalty is not an emotion to be expected, but a commodity to be controlled through favor and fear. You cannot afford to be sentimental. Sentimentalism is a luxury for the weak, a weakness that invites exploitation. Your closest allies are your greatest potential threats, precisely because they know you best. They know your soft spots, your blind spots, and the pressure points that can bring you to your knees. This isn't about paranoia, it's about clear-eyed realism. It's about recognizing that everyone, including you, acts in their own self-interest. Queen Elizabeth I navigated a treacherous court, filled with ambitious courtiers, foreign spies and religious fanatics, all vying for her favor and plotting against her. She never fully trusted anyone, understanding that even her most trusted advisors, like William Cecil, had their own agendas and family interests. She famously declared she would marry only England, refusing to become beholden to any foreign power or even a husband, maintaining her ultimate independence and control. What she understood is that power is preserved by keeping all options open and all relationships transactional, never absolute. Your task is not to eliminate these transactional relationships, but to master them, recognize them for what they are, agreements of mutual benefit. As long as the benefit flows both ways, the loyalty holds. The moment it ceases, be ready to adapt, to cut, to move. Do not whine about betrayal. Simply learn the lesson and adjust your strategy. The world does not owe you unconditional support. It demands your vigilance. But merely understanding the transactional nature of loyalty is not enough. There's another shadow that blinds you, a subtle poison that weakens your resolve and distorts your perception of reality, one that makes you question your own strength and doubt your own path. What is it? Chapter 4, The Emotional Tax. The emotional tax, a subtle yet devastating levy. It's the price you pay for allowing sentiment to rule your strategy, blinding you to crucial truths. That shadow is the emotional tax. It is the invisible fee you pay when you permit sentiment to blur your vision, when you allow affection to dictate your judgment. This tax drains your resources, clouds your decision-making, and creates fatal blind spots around those you believe are closest to you. You become unable to see their flaws, their motives, their quiet betrayals, all because your heart has invested where your mind should reign supreme. Your emotional ties become chains, binding you to people who may be actively sabotaging your climb. They don't need to be overtly malicious. Sometimes their weakness, their jealousy, their mere presence is enough to drag you down. But because you feel something for them, you rationalize their behavior, excuse their shortcomings, and ignore the clear warnings your cold, logical self would instantly recognize. You give them second chances, third chances, endlessly hoping they will align with the person you want them to be, not the person they truly are. Watch what happens when you build something significant, something powerful. The people you love, the ones you confide in, they are often the first to feel threatened. They see your rise as a reflection of their own stagnation. They may not intend harm, but envy is a venomous serpent. They will subtly undermine you, spread doubts, or worse, become a gaping vulnerability for your true enemies to exploit. Your emotional investment makes you defend their actions, even when they are clearly detrimental to your progress. Here's how you eliminate this liability. You must cultivate a chilling detachment. View every relationship, especially your closest ones, through the lens of utility and strategic alignment. Do they elevate you? Do they contribute to your mission? Or are they merely anchors unpleasant distractions that demand your emotional energy without offering tangible returns. This is not about being cold, it is about being effective. Your survival, your growth, depends on this clarity. If you continue to cling to sentiment, you will find yourself in endless cycles of disappointment and self-betrayal. You will sacrifice your goals for their comfort, your truth for their fragile ego, your future for their past. Your emotional well-being will depend on their approval, their reciprocation, their validation, and that is a currency you should never allow anyone else to control. Their problems become your problems, their failures become your burden, their drama becomes your constant soundtrack. But if you maintain a strategic distance, observing behavior without emotional entanglement, you gain an immense advantage. You can see the patterns, the subtle shifts, the emerging threats. You are not swayed by their tears or their pleas. You act based on objective reality, not wishful thinking. You can prune your inner circle with surgical precision, removing dead weight and toxic elements before they can infect your entire operation. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher emperor, understood this deeply. He wrote about the importance of judging things for what they are, stripped of the emotional color we paint upon them. He knew that your internal fortress must be impervious to external disturbances, especially those stirred by your own attachments. What he understood is that your peace, your effectiveness, relies on your ability to see the world and the people in it exactly as they present themselves, not as you wish them to be. The weak believe their emotional bonds make them strong. They boast of loyalty, of unconditional love, of lifelong friendships. They wear their heart on their sleeve, inviting every predator to strike. They expose their vulnerabilities, not as a show of strength, but as an open wound. They drain themselves by constantly trying to fix, to save, to appease. This is a losing game, a slow bleed. Napoleon Bonaparte, the architect of an empire, was famously wary of close confidantes. He understood that true power resided in maintaining a distance, in being respected rather than loved, in being feared rather than pitied. He knew that sentiment often led to compromise, and compromise was the death of ambition. He ruthlessly purged those who no longer served his purpose, regardless of past camaraderie, because he prioritized the objective of victory above all else. Your emotional attachments become the most potent weapon your enemies can wield against you. They will study your affections, identify your soft spots, and then exploit them without mercy. They will use your friends, your family, your lovers to get to you. Your refusal to cut a parasitic tie makes you predictable, vulnerable, and ultimately controllable. You cannot be truly free, truly powerful, if your decisions are enslaved by your emotions towards others. So cultivate emotional discipline. Recognize the difference between genuine connection and a self-imposed prison built from sentimentality. Your closest allies should be those who challenge you to be better, who hold you accountable, who are as ruthless about your success as you are. Anyone else is a drain, a distraction, a tax you cannot afford. But even with this clarity, there's another subtle, pervasive force that undermines your judgment, one that operates not from external relationships, but from within your own mind. It is the quiet voice that whispers doubt, that justifies inaction, that tells you to wait. What is this internal saboteur? Chapter 5. Whispers of Ruin. Whispers of ruin? The most dangerous enemies rarely wield a blade. Instead, they master the insidious art of the whisper, turning your own mind into the instrument of your downfall. That internal saboteur, that whisper of doubt, is often amplified by unseen hands. It is the voice that tells you to ignore the slow bleed, the quiet erosion of your position. They don't need to stab you in the back when they can simply let you bleed out unnoticed while you question your own strength. This is the art of the whisper, the silent kill, where betrayal manifests not as a strike, but as a slow, insidious rot. Passive aggression is a weapon of cowards. but it is devastatingly effective. It chips away at your resolve, making you doubt your own perception. They forget to invite you to key meetings, accidentally misplace your crucial report, or innocently question your decisions in front of subordinates. You try to confront it, but there's nothing concrete to grasp, only a denial, a shrug, a promise to do better next time. This constant low-level friction drains your energy, forcing you to fight ghosts. You waste mental capital deciphering hidden motives, explaining away manufactured errors, and defending yourself against attacks that never quite materialize into an open conflict. It is a war of attrition, where the enemy hides in plain sight, and your allies begin to wonder if you are simply paranoid. Then there are the whispers. Rumor-mongering is not about facts, it is about perception. They plant seeds of doubt in the minds of others, creating a distorted reflection of you that you cannot control. A whispered half-truth about your past, a speculative comment on your ambition, a subtle insinuation about your methods. These are not accusations, they are suggestions left for others to cultivate and grow. These rumors travel through the network you thought you controlled, shaping opinions and subtly shifting allegiances against you. They don't need to defeat you in an argument if they can simply ensure no one trusts your word, no one believes your vision, and no one is willing to support your play. Your power erodes silently, not from direct attack, but from the poisoned well of public opinion. Strategic undermining is the final layer of this silent warfare. This is where your allies become your saboteurs, not through open rebellion, but through quiet obstruction. They delay critical information, subtly redirect resources, or quietly advise others against your proposals, always with a plausible deniability. They are simultaneously on your team and actively working against your momentum. Watch what happens when you have a key project, a crucial deadline. Your closest associate, the one you trusted, suddenly becomes inefficient, unresponsive, or subtly shifts blame to external factors, creating delays that are just long enough to damage your standing, but not long enough to be an obvious act of sabotage. They never explicitly betray you, but your success withers under their silent interference. Here's how you identify and neutralize these silent assassins. First, abandon your naivete. Understand that people are rarely as direct as you hope. Instead, become a relentless observer. Look for patterns, not isolated incidents. The accidental misplacements, the forgetful omissions, the innocent questions, when they repeat, they are not accidents, they are signals. Collect data, not just what they say, but what they do not say. Not just what happens, but what had to happen. Focus on their intent, not just their actions. What is the consistent outcome of their passive behavior? Does it always subtly serve to diminish your position, slow your progress, or erode your influence? The pattern reveals the weapon. Once you confirm the pattern, you do not confront. Confrontation is for the weak, for those who need validation. Instead, you cut the wires. You gradually remove their access to critical information, to your key networks, to the very oxygen they need to breathe. Cardinal Richelieu, in his relentless consolidation of power, understood that the most dangerous enemies were not those who openly declared war, but those who operated in the shadows, poisoning loyalties and spreading dissent from within the court. He systematically isolated and defanged them, not with public accusations, but with silent, strategic deprivation. You starve them of opportunity, not by blocking them overtly, but by simply making sure the opportunities never reach their desk. You redirect conversations, reassign responsibilities, and recalibrate your inner circle. They will find themselves on the periphery, wondering why their influence is waning, why their whispers no longer carry weight. There is no drama, no spectacle, just a slow, quiet fading. To master this, you must think like Leonardo da Vinci studying human anatomy. He understood that to fix a complex machine, You must first understand every hidden gear and lever, every unseen connection and force. The same applies to human interactions. You must see the unseen currents, the unspoken agendas, the hidden mechanisms of influence and sabotage. This deep observation allows you to dismantle the threat without a single wasted motion. If you announce your suspicions, your anger, your intention to confront, people will rally around the perceived victim, and you will be labeled as tyrannical, paranoid, or unreasonable. You will look like the aggressor, giving your silent enemy the perfect opportunity to play the innocent party, further eroding your credibility. But if you quietly observe, meticulously document, and then strategically remove the levers of power from their grasp, there is nothing for them to fight, nothing to explain, nothing to deny. Chapter 6. Sealed Vaults. Your secrets, your true strength. Reveal them, and you offer your throat to the blade. Learn to build your unassailable walls. The silent operator understands that true power comes from unassailable walls, from information held captive. Your words are currency, your secrets, high-value assets. To reveal them carelessly is to invite ruin, to give your enemies the blueprints to your destruction. They tell you to be transparent, to share your journey, to connect. This is a lie designed to disarm you, to make you predictable, to expose your weaknesses. Every unedited thought, every raw emotion you broadcast becomes another crack in your armor. They will catalog your insecurities, map your ambitions, and note your fears. These are not tools for connection. They are pressure points for manipulation. Watch what happens when you pour out your heart, believing you found a confidant. The moment your vulnerability is known, it becomes a weapon waiting for the right hand to wield it. Think about the casual conversations you've had, the unguarded moments late at night. You confessed a doubt about your path, a fear of failure, a secret desire for something controversial. The person listening smiled, nodded, offered empty reassurance. But in their mind, a fire was opened, a weakness recorded. They don't need to betray you immediately. They only need to betray you immediately. They only need to know how to trip you when it matters most. Here's how you seal your vaults. You operate with a calculated scarcity of information, especially about your deepest motives and future plans. Your words become precise instruments, not open rivers. You project an image of calm, unwavering resolve, even when storms rage within. The less they know, the less they know, the less they can twist, the less they can use against you. This is not about being dishonest. It is about strategic silence. It is about understanding that not everyone who asks about your plans is genuinely supportive. Some are testing the wind, gauging your strength, looking for an opening. The naive announce their grand projects, their audacious goals, their personal struggles. They crave validation, and in doing so, they become targets. But if you move in silence, working on your objectives without fanfare, there's nothing to criticize, nothing to undermine. Your achievements speak for themselves, suddenly appearing on the landscape like mountains formed overnight. There's no time for detractors to mobilize, no opportunity for rivals to sabotage the foundations. They are forced to react to a completed fact, not an announced intention. Building your inner circle demands the same ruthless scrutiny. You don't seek friends, you seek assets and allies, tested for their utility and their ability to keep silent. These individuals earn their proximity not through emotional connection, but through consistent demonstration of their value and their discretion. Loyalty is not assumed, it is proven under fire. Ivan the Terrible, a ruler who understood the deadly dance of power and paranoia, maintained his control through an iron grip on information and a terrifying suspicion of those closest to him. He knew that the whispers of his boyars, the secrets exchanged in the night, could unravel his reign. His solution was to crush dissent before it formed, to ensure that fear of exposure outweighed any urge to betray. What he understood is that a loose tongue in your inner circle is more dangerous than an army at your gates. Your inner circle should be a collection of closed doors, each holding only the information necessary for their specific function. No one has the full picture except you. This prevents a single point of failure, a single confidant who, if turned, could bring your entire operation crashing down. They might be loyal to you, but are they loyal to your enemies? Miyamoto Musashi, the Sword Saint, advocated for a mind like empty space. He taught that you should keep your intentions hidden, your movements unpredictable, never letting your opponent read your thoughts or anticipate your next move. For Musashi, your internal state, your true strategy, should remain a void to others, giving them nothing to grasp, nothing to counter. Your mind is a fortress, and only you hold the keys to its innermost chambers. The fool surrounds himself with echoes, with people who validate his ego and share his every thought. He believes this is intimacy, this is trust. He opens his life like an unsealed letter, available for anyone to read. And then he wonders why he constantly feels exposed, why his plans so often fail before they even begin. You, however, build a network of utility and silence. Each person knows only what they need to know, when they need to know it. They are pieces on your board moving according to your unseen strategy, never fully grasping the grand design. Your power grows in the dark, in the spaces where their understanding cannot reach. This controlled environment, where information is a carefully rationed resource, ensures your projects mature, unmolested. It cultivates a mystique around you, an aura of quiet competence and unstoppable progress. When you finally reveal your hand, it's not a suggestion. It's a declaration of victory already secured. But this mastery of information control is only one layer of defense against the unseen enemies. There is another, more insidious threat, one that lives not in what you say, but 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 in what you say. Chapter 7. The Cold Equation. The cold equation, your greatest enemy, resides within. It is the yearning for connection, a weakness they will exploit. True strength demands utter self-reliance. The insidious threat discussed in the previous segment is not external. It is your internal frailty, your craving for validation, for warmth from those who will inevitably betray or drain you. Your misguided belief in unconditional loyalty leaves you exposed. This belief is a gaping wound. You extend trust, pour in emotional capital, leave your strategic position undefended. They call it friendship, mutual support. This is a lie designed to keep you bound, predictable within their orbit. True power comes from absolute self-reliance. It is a mental state where no person is indispensable. Every connection is coldly assessed for its strategic utility. This is not heartlessness, it is surgical precision, pure self-preservation. Understand this. Your closest friends are often the most dangerous variables. They know your weaknesses, fears, ambitions. They hold the blueprint for your destruction, should their interests diverge from yours. Think about the countless times you've compromised your will, diluted your focus, sacrificed time for someone you called a friend. You believed you were cementing loyalty. You were building a cage around your potential. Here's how you dismantle that cage. Cultivate an unbreachable psychological moat around your core. This is not about cutting people off. It is about maintaining an unshakable inner boundary, a sacred space only for your objectives. Observe interactions without attachment. Listen to their stories, needs, dramas, but refuse to internalize them. Offer assistance only when it aligns with your strategic path, never from obligation or emotional debt. Remember Henry VIII. He knew power demanded a brutal calculus of loyalty and expendability. He cultivated intimates, granted immense favor. Yet, when their usefulness waned or ambition threatened him, he cut them without hesitation. What he understood is that sentimentality is a luxury the powerful cannot afford. It blinds you to human nature's shifting sands, to the inherent self-interest driving every individual, no matter how close. If you announce this doctrine, people will recoil, label you cold, calculating, but if you quietly embody it, if you make decisions based on the cold equation, they will simply recognize your strength. They will respect your impenetrable resolve. They will try to understand your motives, to find the crack in your armor. They will find nothing. You will remain an enigma, a force whose actions are logical, always propelling you towards victory. Consider Catherine the Great. She rose through intricate alliances and ruthless political maneuvering. She mastered appearing benevolent while maintaining absolute control, never letting personal feelings dictate strategy. She knew leadership demanded objective assessment of utility, even for those she admired. Her reign was defined by cultivating a powerful court, leveraging diverse talents without becoming a prisoner to their needs or desires. This is the cold equation you must internalize. Your life is your empire. Every person is a builder, a resource, or a drain. No neutral ground, no exceptions. Your primary allegiance is solely to your vision, your ascent. Every relationship must serve that purpose. If it does not, if it pulls you off course, if it demands more than it contributes, it is a liability. You are not here to be merely liked. You are here to dominate your domain, to forge your destiny with unyielding precision. The moment you compromise this truth for others' comfort, you begin to bleed. Sever the emotional anchors, calculate, control. Your closest friends are variables in the equation of your rise. Treat them as such or become another of their forgotten pawns.